What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to the After Action Report. Hellfire Club versus X-Men Blue with a resounding victory from the Hellfire Club, tabling all the X-Men in this particular round, which honestly, at the beginning of the game, I did not see that one coming. I thought I was doing a lot better than that.
Yeah.
But not to be. Unfortunately, not the greatest showing of some of the new characters here. I think, Iceman did okay. Kitty had some moments. Nightcrawler, I don't know.
I am going to say that Nightcrawler was very good at going wherever he wanted on the table.
Yep.
I definitely watched as you went. I'm like, okay, he's going to come in after a Scarlet Witch over here, and I'm going to lose this side pretty much. All right, Pop. All right, Pop. Oh.
Yep.
All right.
And then back to the center,
Yep.
and then back, yeah.
Back point.
Like,
so
very mobile, very cool for that. But
the maligned infinite attacks, maybe feels a little less realistic.
It's not a great trigger to hit. Like, I didn't roll a single crit with him once.
Yeah.
This whole one, right? And we'll go into more detail when I do a dossier on him. But he didn't show up this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had power for days, but he couldn't spend any of his power because he wasn't getting his triggers off.
He consistently though did roll extra dice against most of my attacks. Like, I am gonna say, like, I found him to be effective at the things that I expect Nightcrawler to be effective at, just not this prolific, magnificent, powerful. He will kill every Hulk in the game.
Yeah,
he feels like an okay defense piece. And not a.
And here's the thing: he can do that.
Yeah.
But it is so dice reliant, and I wasn't throwing mediocre dice either.
No.
Like, I was throwing 7 dice a bunch of times, 6 dice when I could, and just it wasn't doing. Then the worst part about it all is, like, for a lot of those attacks, I did roll some decent results.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the triggers, right?
Yeah. You missed the triggers. I think there was one you missed your triggers, but you got like 5 damage with like double wilds, triple hit, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So Nightcrawler, unfortunately, did not impress me this game.
All right.
Which is unfortunate. Kitty was interesting. I think she did all right. She got dummied really quickly herself, though.
Yeah. I was sort of let down by her defensive tech.
I mean, I like her defensive tech. It's just it took her a little bit to kind of get rolling with Can't Touch This.
Yeah.
Once she had Can't Touch This going, she was actually defending a lot more. Because you got her on the throw.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was the problem. Like, you got her on the throw, and she just completely whiffed down.
Yeah.
On the throw, and just took enough damage. And that was kind of the story of this game. Like, you were able to eliminate important activations for me throughout the course. And there was a couple of instances where I wasn't quite able to finish the deal on a couple of characters.
Yep.
Which, unfortunately, it hurts. Honey Badger going down as quickly as she did was oof.
I had the double Mystics in here, right? So that's always going to be hers and Wolverine's kind of bane.
Well, actually, Mystic got around all my defensive tech in this game, too.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't add extra dice against Mystic for either Nightcrawler or Shadowcat, and then of course Wolverine and Honey Badger just take it on the chin. So I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, it's the nature of a Hellfire Club. You like your Mystic, you like Wanda.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not like you tailored against them in any way, right?
Yeah.
It's just kind of how you did.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first Hellfire win on the channel.
I think it is, yeah. Because Logan definitely won the game all by himself. I don't know if he was on a team or something, but he killed the entire team one game.
Yep. And last time Wolverine encountered the White Queen, he just absolutely decimated her.
Yep.
So this is you've gotten your win with the Hellfire Club here. This was actually a pretty good setup, at least if you ask me. Like, you got some good work out of these characters.
Hilariously, I absolutely loved Bobby because he just slid around and went to all the places I wanted him to go, and he was kind of like a can't throw at people, no parting shots, bullseye, really.
Yeah, kind of
high praise in my books.
And you know what? He did a lot. Not a lot of chip damage, but he did enough chip damage that it put me into danger zones.
Yeah. Now there was a part of my brain that definitely imagined Iceman in the middle with Cable behiand him protecting him. Yeah. Using all those slows.
Cable doesn't like Bobby well enough for that.
No, he was like, yeah, you go over there, kid.
Yeah, and because this was a really funny game. Like, I had the points momentum all game,
Yep.
and your attrition game just turned around and friggin' went wild.
Well, and it's funny because like I definitely consider, Cable does a very good job on a team full of attrition, and usually Scarlet Witch has a problem going down fast and going down early. And okay, White Queen wasn't specifically good at doing damage herself, but definitely gave a pile of health and power to Scarlet Witch
Yep.
and
It
Cable.
kept
So
it kept her active. Yeah, it kept everyone kind of powered up a little bit because
yeah,
I brought you in the danger thresholds quite a few times, and
all
then you were
yeah,
able to power back, and I was never really able to seal the deal
yeah.
with a
It was
couple of the
it,
attacks,
it
right?
was like I had a very budget healing factor one for most of my team.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the powers of Hellfire Club, right?
Yeah,
Like, because you can do that, and especially like even on this scenario where you didn't have a lot of scenario or things where you were able to contest, you were still able to make good use of it,
yep.
and got some really solid uses of your leadership out there. No, just in general, like this was very well played on your part. You kept your cool, even though like I had a very explosive first 3 rounds.
I'm gonna go
Did
ahead
you,
and
right?
say I had Iceman on my team. I had no choice. I had to keep my cool.
But yeah, like it's like you really maintained it. You kept to your game plan, and it came back and it gave you the game, right? Like it's
It was a
yeah
solid win,
yeah
and like I like the new models. I love their look, and yeah,
yeah.
the X Men are here.
Now it's interesting because I was a little concerned about what the X Men were going to look like this year. Nightcrawler hasn't really impressed me all that much. Kitty, I'm kind of, she's got some cool stuff. Like they got nice tech, but they're not sort of like the danger characters I thought they were going to be.
We'll have to get Xavier on the channel soon and see how he.
Once he's released,
Yeah, right.
hopefully by the time you're watching this, I'll have him in my hands and I'll be painting him. But we'll see what happens. It's kind of funny though. Of all the X Men coming out, I think Bishop is the one that I like the best out of all the new X Men.
Fair.
And Bobby's actually a very close second.
Yeah, Bobby was not on my radar for being
He was
even
not.
close to that.
He was
So
not, and I think the competitive meta will probably disagree with us on that. But I think Bobby's a little bit better than I give credit to because I think his little aura ability just makes you. It adds to the mental load.
and just because I'm who I am, I'm definitely thinking about using him with Strucker and stuff like that, giving out things.
Of course you would.
Oh yeah, of
Of
course.
course you would.
How could I not?
And that's the interesting thing about Bobby. Like his damage output isn't good enough to say I want you off the table.
Yeah,
But he's an annoyance.
yeah.
So yeah, no, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so there we go. X-Men versus Hellfire Club. Great win for the Hellfire Club, 14-9, but with a table in there. Troop, as always, great game. Had a lot of fun with you, man. We will see everyone next time. Remember, if you want to support the channel, patreon.com/AegisBrand Studios, or check out iwargame.net and use code AegisBrand on your next purchase to save 10%. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.